So it's almost Mother's Day and I'm going to show you guys how to make a gluten-free Mother's Day cake. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby, this is Emery, that's Aaliyah, and on this channel I share with you guys some of my favorite tips and techniques as well as recipes to help you with your home baking projects. If you're new or haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that notifications bell so that you can see when I post my next video. So it is Mother's Day. We are going to make a healthier chocolate cake, but this cake is actually for my mother-in-law who is gluten-free. So we decided to make a gluten-free chocolate cake, and she also absolutely loves succulents. So we're gonna make this Mother's Day cake decorated in succulents. As always, the recipe will be in the description below, but here's everything you will need. Cocoa powder mixed with hot water, gluten-free flour, almond flour, butter that is room temperature, raw organic cane sugar, honey, eggs, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and vanilla. So as most of my chocolate cake recipes, we're gonna start with creaming the butter and the sugars. We're gonna go ahead and put the sugar and the honey with the butter and cream it up until it is light and fluffy.
I want to do that.
You wanna do that? We're gonna go ahead and scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl, and then we're going to add our eggs one at a time, mixing really well in between each addition and beating it at medium-high speed until it is all light and fluffy. So now we're going to combine our dry ingredients together. We've got our almond flour, our gluten-free flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. The reason we use almond flour and gluten-free flour is most gluten-free flour mixes do not include almond flour. They're mostly a rice flour blend, which isn't the best as far as protein goes. And the almond flour actually gives this cake a little bit of a chewy texture, so it's something a little different. But we don't want to add too much of it because then it will be a very heavy, dense cake. So that's why we did that. Now we're going to add the vanilla into the cocoa powder and water mix. This has cooled completely down. It was very hot because it was boiling water, but we cooled it down until it is room temperature. So now we're going to add these two components into this alternately. So we're going to add some dry, some wet, some dry, some wet, always starting and ending with the dry ingredients. Now I'm just going to scrape down the sides and kick it up to medium-high speed for about 30 seconds to make sure everything is really well blended. Now we're going to divide this batter evenly into our prepared pans. I have greased and floured these with gluten-free flour mix and lined them with a parchment paper circle in the bottom. And we will be baking this cake at 350 degrees for approximately 25 to 35 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. So our cakes are done baking. They've cooled completely. I've stuck them in the freezer for a little while to make sure they're good and cool. And I made some just plain American buttercream that I flavored with vanilla and almond because my mother-in-law loves almond. So we're going to dirty ice this cake, stack and dirty ice this cake, and then stick it in the freezer to harden up. And while it's hardening, we're going to make some different colored frostings to make some buttercream succulents. It's gonna be fun. You ready?
Yay!
keep this cake as a semi-naked, dirty-iced look because it's very gardeny and earthy, and since we're doing a succulent cake, I think this will really add to the look. So what I've done is I have my succulents in the freezer and they stay there until right before I put them on because they melt really fast. So just get ready, have everything ready to go before you get your succulents out and start applying them to your cake. What you're gonna wanna have is a little bit of frosting in a piping bag to attach the succulents where you want them. So I've just got some white buttercream. You can do any of the colors you've used. And then you just place them wherever your artistic heart desires. And if you want to put writing on the cake, make sure you leave enough space on the top to put Happy Mother's Day or something like that. I'm just going succulents. My gluten-free Mother's Day cake. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you might also really like this gluten-free, lactose-free, and cane sugar-free chocolate cake. Go check it out. It's right here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Comment below. We want to hear from you guys. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can see when I post my next video. Have a great one.